Grand Prix of 2019. We are in round 7 of the WSR Formula World Championship, and I'm very excited to be bringing you the French Grand Prix. Short qualifying is about to start in exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds and counting, and we are ready to get underway. Let's go over the driver lineup currently in the lobby right now. Sweet Crown 19, our championship leader with 88 points in first. Anthony 8291 is in here. WSR Vettel, Iconic Q, Fly By Night, WSR used to be Flying, WSR Fluffinutta, Albiku 1, WSR Voodoo 52, Josh 2, WSR Hartman, Fun Magic Mushroom, Speed Kills 3, and then myself, your commentator. So we have 13 out of 18 competitors currently, so not the highest that we had, but I am very excited to bring you the French Grand Prix. Hopefully, the server issues have resolved themselves, and we'll be able to have a fun and clean experience and a lag-free experience. Though, with some of the Australians in the lobby, that might not happen. But we're going to keep up our hopes. We are ready for the French Grand Prix. All the drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're just 40 seconds and counting from short qualifying for the WSR French Grand Prix. If you're joining us right now and you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload from Worldwide Sim Racing. And make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts, that being Facebook and Instagram right now, so that you can get all the latest updates right now if anything is going on in the WSR world. We are just 15 seconds to go from short qualifying for the French Grand Prix around the Circuit de Paul Ricard, and I am very excited. I think it's going to be very interesting. This is a super technical track and it requires a lot of guts and glory to get around this circuit at just the right speed and get it right on the right times. And here we are, we're loading into short qualifying. All the cars went to the pits. We're going to see if we're getting any AI. Usually it's been Carlos Sainz the past few laps, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And thank you for joining us. For who is joining us right now, I am very excited to bring you this broadcast right now for Worldwide Sim Racing for the French Grand Prix. And we are just loading into the game. We're going to get into the pit lane, and we're going to get ready for the start of short qualifying. And we have loaded up into the short qualifying session, and Carlos Sainz is currently the only member. Though we do have 15 drivers on the grid, -1 if you count the AI drivers, so technically 14 drivers. Carlos Sainz will be the first person to exit the pits, and I can hear the engine revving right now, so that should be Carlos Sainz in his car, ready to go, and then all the other drivers will exit. Though, Valtteri Bottas is actually another AI driver who's also on track at the moment. The AI drivers have tended to be pretty good so far, though, as we're racing, so we shouldn't have too many problems with the AI cars during that time. And currently waiting for one of the drivers to get on their outlap, so we'll follow on them. And it looks like Fun Magic Mushroom is getting ready to exit the pits, and there he is. I can see his car right now as he's being taken off the jacks, and there he goes. So, and it looks like the Renault of Albiku is getting ready to go, and here we go. Fun Magic Mushroom exits the pits, and we are underway. About 17 minutes to go left on qualifying. The Renault, is that Sweet Crown 19? Yes, it is. Sweet Crown 19 just gets ahead of Fun Magic Mushroom in track order. Maybe Fun Magic Mushroom would like to get ahead of him. And let's ride on board with Fun Magic Mushroom, who was our hot lap driver this weekend. He's very fast around in time trials. And we're going to see the times fall, ladies and gentlemen. High 29s were about the times in time trials, so I'm expecting it to be a little bit better. A little bit worse from the time trial time. So we're probably expecting low 130s for qualifying time. But then again, I have seen some of the time trial times comparative to the multiplayer times, which is just fantastic. And Sweet Crown does get out of the way for Fun Magic Mushroom. We're just about to get underway. The only two drivers currently in the pits right now, Anthony 82, who's in second place in the championship, and Hartman is in 12th on the grid right now. He is also still in the pits, possibly doing a setup lap. Hartman in time trials was quite fast this week, so let's expect him to be further up the grid in this qualifying session. Granted, nothing goes wrong. And it looks like Albiku is actually going to be the first driver who's going to be able to set his qualifying lap, apart from the AI drivers. Voodoo 52 is actually ahead of him, though, on the lap, so I'm not quite sure who's the actual far ahead driver. And I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a driver next to me. WSR used to be flying. I'm currently at his headquarters right now for WSR. His headset did die, so that is unfortunate. So I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen, for that quick little lapse in the times. So it looks to be Albiku setting the first lap, a few drivers setting their first lap. So let's get off of the onboard camera. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Can we see who that was? And it looked to be no one's on that time lap right now. Let's ride on board with Fun Magic Mushroom, who is starting his first lap. There's still a yellow in Sector 3, so somebody is going quite slow in there. I presume that's why there's a yellow flag. We're riding on board of Fun Magic Mushroom, and we're going to see all these times fly down. But Fun Magic Mushroom, who has not had a fantastic season so far in WSR, he's really not held it all together. There was, of course, the incident in Monaco, which, of course, he would like to forget again. But we're hoping that everything stays situated, he stays clean in this race, and he stays fast in this race. Of course, Mushroom screwed out of Australia after getting taken out by a back marker in a blue flag situation, so he would look to rectify that by winning the French Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas currently the fastest man on track with a 132.083. Albiku currently in Sector 3. There's still a yellow in Sector 3, so I'm not sure who that is. Maybe a driver trying to get out of the way. But let's ride on board now. Let's do Voodoo 52 because he looks like he'd be the next driver to set a time. There's the yellow flag in Sector 2 now. Not quite sure who that is. And it looks to be one of the Renaults getting out of the way. Josh 2 sets the fastest time. It's a 131.763. Let's run on board with Fun Magic Mushroom and see what he can do. Going around the final turn, he is going to finally set a qualifying time with no mistakes on there. And let's see what the time's going to be. Going across the line, it's going to be... And no, the time must have been invalidated. I didn't actually not get a time from him. Sweet Crown goes fastest, so 131.359. We definitely know we can go faster than that. Let's ride on board of Fluffernutter, who's actually been quite fast as well in time trials this weekend, so we're expecting him to be faster. Speed Kills 3 is just 0.2 down from his teammate, Sweet Crown 19. It's a 131.509, so the two Alfa Romeos looking very good so far in this early half of the session. Used to be flying sets a 138.397, far off the rest of the grid. Iconic Q goes fastest. It's a 131.315 on pole position by just a few hundredths of a second over Sweet Crown 19. Let's ride back on board of Fluffernutter, see what time he's going to set. And no, that time got invalidated as well. So a lot of drivers probably invalidating their time. Voodoo 52 has spun. That must be some of the yellow flags going on currently right now. He spun off the track. He brought it back on the track, and it looks like everything's going to be okay. You don't know if he impeded Albiku's time. I don't think he did. And Fluffernutter obviously did not set a time. Let's look at Hartman right now if he's going to finally set a time or else he's invalidated his lap as well. He's going to go across the line. It's going to be best for 8th fastest. He's just ahead of You See Me Flying. It's a 133.408, so actually not that close ahead. He's actually far ahead. You See Me Flying not having an awful lap in his first lap on the French Grand Prix qualifying. We just have about 12 minutes to go left in this session. Fun Magic Mushroom enters the pits, and WSR Vettel also enters the pits. So Fun Magic Mushroom, despite looking pretty much on, unfortunately invalidated his lap. I wish I could tell you all that, but unfortunately we don't get a lot of those metrics. I would have to go into the race director, and that would pause the stream. So unfortunately, can't do that at the moment. WSR Vettel currently is who we're tagged on. Let's see what Voodoo 52, who has not set a time, and it looks like he's just going to try to set something. It's going to be a 204.130. So not fast at all. Used to be flying sets a much faster time. It's a 133.341. So despite going again on another flying lap, actually beats Hartman by about 1/10 of a second. So quite impressive by Used to Be Flying right now. He would love to get that car further up the grid, but Fluffernutter beats Used to Be Flying's time. It's a 132.490, and he goes too wide actually on the turn there and has to go off on the tarmac runoff. Used to Be Flying sitting in the top 10 right now, but just that 10th spot. Hartman just a 10th off of him right now, so he would love to get into the top 10 and beat him. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing rainfall right now, and yes, it is rainfall. You can see it right now on my screen. If you can't, you can see it on somebody else's screen. There is rain, and I can see the rain coming off of the tires a little bit. That might be And no, I do think there is a little bit of too much rain right now. That's going to drastically affect grip right now. Iconic Q is the fastest man on track and currently setting a lap right now. With it raining, could drastically decrease his chances of increasing that time. But so will a lot of the other drivers. This is insane scenes right now at the French Grand Prix. Rain is starting to come down. Iconic Q loses his braking zone, and he's not happy about that whatsoever. Gets back on track. He actually gets reset by the game. And there's a yellow flag in sector 1 for Iconic Q. He's going to try to get out of the way. But rain is falling down right now at the Circuit Paul Ricard. And I can actually see it on UCB Defiant's screen. Some of the rain coming down on his screen. And that is going to drastically affect lap times. And right there, right now, nothing going on right now with the car too well for any of the drivers right now. They're definitely not going to be able to go faster. If this rain continues, and it will continue, we just have about 10 minutes to go. Rain doesn't usually update that quickly in the game. That would mean Iconic Q has stolen pole position, essentially, because I assume a lot of these drivers would be able to go faster. Sweet Crown 19 definitely off the pace from where he was. And Anthony 82 actually sets the fastest time. Is 0.3 faster than Iconic Q. So forget the rainfall. Anthony 82 showed it to Iconic Q. He's 0.3 faster than just exactly 0.3 faster than him. It's a 131.015. Almost getting into the 130s. Anthony 82.91, however, currently your fastest man on track. Second in the championship right now. Sweet Crown 19 is currently in the pits. And the rain is coming more and more down. The track condition is going to get worse and worse on track. And it might not be good enough for intermediate tires or wet tires for that matter. But what is going to matter is that the track is still going to lose a lot of the grip that it originally had. And this is going to make it very difficult for some of these drivers to set a good time. Unbelievable scenes in qualifying so far, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony 82.91, though, currently is your pole position leader. He's a 131.015. He's doing very well indeed. And he's 0.3 up from Iconic Q. But if the rain continues to fall, so will the grip. So we'll just have to wait and see if, in fact, Anthony 82.91 can increase that time. Can Iconic Q increase his time? We'll just have to wait and see. He's got over 100. He's got just about 100% ERS right there, and he's saving it up. So I think he's going to go for another lap. But you have to imagine the track temperature is falling quite drastically with the rain coming down. That's going to kill grip on the tires. And that looks to be... Who is that? Oh my goodness. I think that might have been... That was Fun Magic Mushroom running on the track really wide, and it almost looked like he was going to hit the back end of Iconic Q. But nevertheless, I think that just might have been his turn in time. And there goes into the pits Anthony 82.91. You see me flying also entering the pits right now. And look at that. There's a stack up in the Red Bull garage. Anthony 82 is getting blocked right now by Usami Flying. Anthony 82 is going to have to wait longer to get into the pits. And he's gone in at the wrong time. Usami Flying also going into the pits. Anthony 82 is going to have to wait longer and possibly not get on track on time. And now the pit crew is going to come out. That's going to take at least another minute to get into the pit lane. So drama right now for the Red Bull team. Anthony 82 trying to go into the pits. Usami Flying getting in first, and there's a double stacking situation. None of the other drivers had to deal with that at the moment, but Anthony 82 might be a little annoyed in the car right now. Usami Flying getting into the pits first, and that's what has happened, unfortunately for him. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not quite sure who that was. And that might be Fly By Night. No, it doesn't look like that's the case. And there's the new pit lane, ladies and gentlemen. The pit lane just added into one of the last updates in the game. And that's going to drastically change. So you can actually see, it's interesting, there's a grass patch before getting onto the pit wall. It's a very interesting facility. And it looks like the Williams of either Josh 2 or Iconic Q. I think it was Iconic Q going into the pits, as well as Speed Kills 3 in the pits right now. We just have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in qualifying right now. And currently, Albiku 1 is the only driver on track right now. The rain is coming down drastically, though. It's coming down more and more. Fun Magic Mushroom is retired from the session. What has happened there? I don't know if he was into the pits or not. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not quite sure what happened. And I can't tell on the race director if what has happened, but Fun Magic Mushroom is out of the session. There's no DNF right now, so I believe he might have just retired in the pits, thinking that he's not going to get a faster time. He might as well just retire in the pits, not retire on track, obviously. Be breaking WSR rules. That could lead to multiple penalties of multiple different sorts, and nobody wants to have that at the moment. But Fun Magic Mushroom retires from the session, obviously thinking he's not going to get a faster time. The rain is still coming down. It's not enough for intermediate tires, and that looks to be... that looks WSR Vettel going too wide, and Not getting it so far. He's one of 3 drivers on track currently. Fluffernutter and Albiku 1, the other driver currently on there. He's plus 3 seconds in Sector 3. So the track conditions are getting drastically worse right now for the drivers, finding it very hard to get grip, especially in the soft compound tire. They hate in the rain. He goes too wide there. You can see slight little rain specks coming off the tires. Albiku goes into pits. He was not happy about that lap whatsoever. Fluffernutter going too slow as well. None of the drivers right now currently on the track are enjoying the conditions at all. WSR Vettel goes into the pits. I'm actually going to see next to me, Yusimi Flying, how he's going to do into the pits. And he goes too wide in the turn 1 on what is his outlap right now. So trying to warm up the tires, which is going to be even more difficult considering the track is getting wet. We just have 5 minutes to go in qualifying. Pretty much all the drivers are in the pits. Iconic Q right now is on his outlap, however, and he's going to try to set a faster time, get on pole position. Again, though, it is raining, and it's not enough for intermediate tires, but this rain on the dry track, where it's not enough for intermediates, really plays with the soft compound tires, the medium, the hards. Whenever you're on the slicks, it really plays with the grip a lot. Josh 2 is retired from this session. I think that he was in the pits, so I think he just decided to retire as well. There was no DNF from him, so I think he's going to be okay. And Iconic Q having absolutely no qualms right now around this track. He is absolutely hating the conditions. It looks like the car is scampering all over the place. And look at that, the back stepping out quite a lot. He's still on his outlap, so he might just be warm. Oh, but he spins the car and he almost puts into a wall. Thankfully, all the French Grand Prix is a bunch of runoffs, and he tries to spin the car around, spins it a little bit too much. That's going to ruin the soft compound tire, and you're not going to be able to set a lap time at all. And I think the conditions are just too tough for the drivers right now to get enough speed through the corners, and I can see Yusimi Flying struggling very difficultly on the track right now. He is actually getting no grip on the tires, braking way too early, and I think that the track conditions are just awful. Too many of the drivers going to the pits, some of them retiring. They're just having absolutely none of it right now. Yusimi Flying about to start his lap, so let's see if he can go faster than currently is right now. He's sitting in 11th position right now, so he's just outside the top 10, but it is about a second he's out from the top 10. Can he set a faster lap time? Going into turn 1, and no, he goes too wide. He's going to cut the corner, and that's it for qualifying for him, I believe, as well. Pretty much all the drivers in the pits right now, some of them on their outlaps. Anthony 82's on an outlap right now. I think a lot of the drivers are going to go on their outlaps right now and test the track conditions, but I don't believe that. And getting some reports from some of the drivers, it says Fun Magic Mushroom saying that he just wanted to take a saver on the first lap. Never wanted the first lap. Turn 1 is a saver if you're last. Josh 2 has crashed. So Josh 2 did crash out of the session. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch that on the stream. Josh 2 saying, I tried how the car behaves if enters. Results are not good. Track is wet. It's shocking. A lot of the drivers right now not having it all right now. The track is too wet. It's getting too unpredictable. You might as well go on intermediates if you're going to go out at all, but the intermediates are just going to be slower anyway. As Fernando Alonso once said, you could put a rocket ship and Yusimi Flying would still be P11 on the track right now, so I don't think he's going to set a faster time right now in qualifying. There's just 2 minutes to go. Pretty much all the drivers are in the pits. And look at the time right now. He's already about to be 1 minute 30 in Sector 3. So, sorry, 1 minute 30 in Sector 3. So definitely not going to be a faster time. So I think it's safe to say Anthony 82 has really stole it from Iconic Q in the last dying stage. And look at that. Anthony 82 is on the wet compound tire. He's plus 4.2 seconds, though, in the first sector with those intermediate tires. And you can see the track is drastically wet. There's stuff flying off the track, and it has gone wet enough for intermediates, but that's still going to be too slow. And now going into the pits, Yusimi Flying. Anthony 82 is on the intermediate tires, though he's not going to be able to set a faster time. Anthony 82, though, is not going to matter too much about that. He is on pole position. It's a 131.015. He beat Iconic Q by 0.3 of a second just before the conditions started to get really bad. So he's going to be very happy to be on pole position, ladies and gentlemen. And I am very excited for how the race is going to turn out. We don't know the conditions right now, what it's going to be during the race. I unfortunately cannot tell you those statistics, but nevertheless, it's going to be quite interesting to see how this race goes on. So I just got to report that the track will be slick in race. Expect a lot of accidents and caution. Possibly would win the race. Getting a report from some of the drivers. So happy for some of the drivers who are very knowledgeable in WSR, helping me as well on this journey as well. Unfortunately, I don't have all of the information I can tell you as that I would like, but we get enough information as it is, so I think we're doing all right. Anthony 82 still running on track right now. I don't really know why. He probably should have just gone into the pits. He's not going to be able to set a faster time unless he really thinks he can. Going for the first few turns. Let's see what the Sector 1 time is going to be. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and no, it's plus 3.4 seconds. So qualifying is over. All the drivers that would challenge Anthony 82 are done. Anthony 82 on pole position again in WSR. Anthony 82 bringing the fight to Sweet Crown 19. Sweet Crown 19 is going to start in third position in this race. Not good indeed, considering Anthony 82 is his championship rival. Iconic Q finishes in qualifying ahead of Sweet Crown 19 as well. Iconic Q would love to get his first win in WSR. He's definitely a driver who can do it. There's no denying his pace and there's no denying his racecraft. So I think it will be very easy for Iconic Q to be able to get into the first position and win the race. It's all going to come down to how these drivers behave in the French Grand Prix. It's a very difficult technical track, even more so on the Rain compound tires. So right now on the intermediates, but not getting up to the wets. This is a very technical track, ladies and gentlemen. The braking, the turning, everything requires absolute precision to get it best and get it right. And is Anthony 82 going to be able to do that? Can Iconic Q do that? Can Sweet Crown 19 do that? And Speedkills 3 having a fantastic qualifying session. He's going to sit in fourth position behind his Alfa Romeo teammate. Fly By Night rounds off the grid into top 5. Fun Magic Mushroom again with a pitiful qualifying session. He's only going to start in 15th position. So very unfortunate for him. He is only going to start from the back of the grid. He's not going to be happy whatsoever about that. Fluffernutter finally going to the pits. He was the last man on track. Once the car goes into the pits, qualifying will be over. Fun Magic Mushroom, Anthony 82 retiring from the session. He is done. And we just have about a minute to go left on the qualifying, but that should end before Fluffernutter actually goes into the track. Anthony 8291 is your pole position man at the French Grand Prix for Worldwide Sim Racing. He's going to be very happy with that result, and that is going to increase his chances tenfold to get ahead of Sweet Crown 19 in this championship. We're going to be on slicks on the race from what I've heard. There's Fly By Night right now. He's actually still running on the track, so I think he just completed his lap. Fifth position for Fly By Night. He's going to be very happy with that qualifying session. Fly By Night has had a problem with the beginning of races. Not staying well. He keeps spinning, unfortunately, from a lot of other drivers. Let's go over the lineup. It's Anthony 8291 ahead of Iconic Q ahead of Sweet Crown 19. Speedkills 3 ahead of Fly By Night. Josh 2 ahead of Albiku 1. Valtteri Bottas and Carlos Sainz in 8th and 9th position. WSR Fluffernutter in 10th. WSR used to be flying in 11th. 12th for WSR Hartman. WSR Voodoo 52 is in 13th. WSR Vettel is in 14th. And Fun Magic Mushroom is rounding off the grid in 15th. No time set by the Ferrari driver, unfortunately still having qualifying woes. As the session is just about to begin, we are going to load up on track, and as long as the servers stay fine, we are going to have ourselves a French Grand Prix tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very excited to call it for you. And it is still raining in the race, so we will get redemption from Canada. It is going to be wet tires at the French Grand Prix starting. This is very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't get the rain last week because of the race restart, unfortunately, with the servers. And hopefully everything stays fine. We have the loading rings of doom, so I'm hoping everything stays okay. But we're going to hope and make sure. And everything is going good. I'm getting a check mark from one of my drivers. Used to be flying next to me. Very excited to be with him this week. Finally getting to meet everybody. And the session is starting in about 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get on our way for the French Grand Prix. No mess-ups from last week. We are going to have ourselves a fantastic race. And I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a little bit of noise in the background. We do have a Fanatec wheel. He used to be flying getting a Fanatec wheel this week, so he is going to be using that wheel, and it is quite noisy, ladies and gentlemen, so I do apologize for the background noise. You probably already heard it during qualifying. But let's go over the grid order. It's going to be 27 laps around the Circuit de Paul Ricard, Anthony 82 in first position ahead of Iconic Q, Sweet Crown 19, and Speed Kills 3 in the Alfa Romeos in third and fourth position. Fly By Night in fifth, Josh 2 in sixth position. Albiku 1 and 7, Valtteri Bottas and Carlos Sainz in eighth and ninth position. WSR Fluffina is going to be very happy starting in the top 10 in 10th position. WSR used to be fine in 11th, WSR Hartman in 12th, WSR Voodoo 52 in 13th, WSR Vettel in 14th. Fun Magic Mushroom, who did not set a lap time again in qualifying, is going to start in 15th position. Ever since the Australian Grand Prix, it almost feels like a Vettel effect for Fun Magic Mushroom. He's absolutely had it with the car. It's not been good to him. He's been having constant reliability issues. We're hoping he can get further up the grid and score some points in this race, but it has been absolute madness for him in the beginning of this session. We are just around the formation lap. The tires will warm up a little bit, but not that much, so quite frankly, it's all about getting your brake temperatures up as much as possible, because if those cool down too much, you're going to absolutely have it with the car right now around the Circuit de Paul Ricard. Still waiting on the formation lap. Anthony 82, 91 in first, Iconic Q in second, Sweet Crown 19 rounds off the grid in third position. And I'm so very excited to be bringing this race to you, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for not being able to get the race started for you guys last week. Of course, if you haven't watched the statement video, I would go watch that. To give a heads up, though, we are going to still run the WSR Canadian Grand Prix of 2019 for the 2019 WSR Formula World Championship. It will be run as the finale race of the season after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So I'm very excited to still bring that race to you. It's going to be rather exciting, and I hope that iAce99 can get a little bit of redemption. Unfortunately, was unable to race in there, and he was starting in the top 3. He is unfortunately not at the race this weekend, so we do wish to have him back on the grid shortly. Anthony 82, going on his grid position in pole position. Iconic Q lining up behind him. We'll wait for the 5 red lights. They'll go on, and then they'll go off, and we'll get ready for the WSR French Grand Prix. And all the drivers are lining up on their grid positions. And now we get ready as the screen changes a little bit, and I'm going to get ready to call this race for you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're ready. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go! It's go! It's go! FD82 gets a good start against Iconic Q, and he gets a great start, actually, ahead of him. But Iconic Q getting a little bit better traction. Actually, looks like Sweet Crown 19 going to try to challenge in the side on there. There's turn 1. They go 3 wide in the turn 1. But Iconic Q gets ahead, and now he's going to try to get ahead of FD82. But FD82 gets better traction out of turn 2. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. Used to be flying is down at the bottom of the racetrack. Something has happened with the car, and he is absolutely livid right now. He's all the way back at the bottom of the grid. And now Voodoo 52 also has a spin, and he is off the track as well. Anthony 82, though, gets a good start, and now Iconic Q is under pressure from Sweet Crown 19. Let's ride on board right now with the Alfa Romeo driver. He's in the slipstream and now going down the straight. He's going to go side by side of Iconic Q. Now going into the small chicane after sector 1, and let's see if he gets on the inside, and he is. He's ahead of Iconic Q. Sweet Crown 19, your championship leader, in second position behind Anthony 82.91. And he is 1.1 seconds behind Anthony 82.91. Fly By Night has had a good race start. He's in 4th position. Josh 2 behind him, but Josh 2 is in a slipstream right now. He's going to try to make a move, and look at the battles going on between all the Renault drivers and everybody. And look at that, Fly By Night in 4th position. Josh 2, however, is close behind him as well. Fluffinutta getting ahead of Speed Kills 3. Speed Kills, he's had a horrid start to the race, and he's absolutely having none of it. Fluffinutta is trying to go around the outside of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz, though, keeping it, and now it looks to be Speed Kills and Fluffinutta going at it on track. And look at Carlos Sainz. He's going so slow. They're trying to get around him, but they just can't do it. We're going to go back up to the top of the grid now. Iconic Q is in 3rd position, and he is just half a second behind Sweet Crown 19. It's only lap 1 of this race, and it's been absolute carnage. It's about to get on to lap 2 now. Anthony 82 in the lead. He's 1.8 seconds ahead, and a bunch of drivers. It looks to be Albiku is into the pits, but I don't know why it's showing that he got ahead, and he goes back down the grid. That was a bit of a glitch there, I believe, by the game. We're now going to ride on board of Iconic Q, though, who is just about half a second, and he keeps going a little bit too wide, though. Now he's out of it. He's a second out. And now it's right on board of Josh 2. He's going to try to make a move on Fly By Night, get in the 4th position. Josh 2 looking to get ahead of that Toro Rosso driver. Going to try to go on the outside. He's going to make the switchback maneuver now, and he's going to definitely get the slipstream on the main straight. He's going to be able to make a move. He's staying right behind that Toro Rosso driver. Fly By Night not having it all that well right now in the car right now. WSR Hartman gets ahead of Carlos Sainz. You definitely want to get out of the way for AI drivers. You want to get the AI drivers out of the way and get your true pace going. Now let's see, Josh 2 is in the slipstream. Is he going to try to make a move on the inside? And no, he's going to keep smart. He's not going to make any stupid mistakes right now. But there goes, and the inside, Josh 2 gets a good overtake, but it's not over yet. Fly By Night just still has his front wing on the back of that car, and no, he gets ahead of him. But now Fly By Night is back in the slipstream, and they're going to go through this turn. They're going to go side by side through the turn, and no, and there's a spin, and Fly By Night almost loses it into Josh 2. Fly By Night, though, he saves the car. He doesn't take any damage. That's very good for him, but he's going to be down in 8th now in 10th position. Fun Magic Mushroom gets ahead of him. Now he's behind WSR Hartman, going to try to make an overtake here, and he is closing up a lot on that car. And that looked to be Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas is out of the race. He was retired. That's interesting. Not sure what happened with the car there. But Fun Magic Mushroom, though, goes on the inside of Hartman. Hartman maybe kind of lets him by. I'm not quite sure. It looked a little janky right there. Anthony 82 sets the fastest lap to 147.048. And he's currently in 1st position. He's 3.5.77 seconds off of Supercar 19 is that much off of Anthony 82 right now. So the gaps are forming quite a lot. But Fun Magic Mushroom right now is 0.2 seconds behind Fun Magic Mushroom. So Hartman definitely not letting by Fun Magic Mushroom, and he's definitely going to try to battle him for that position. But the gap is starting to form a little bit more. Used-to-be Flying now is sitting in 10th position. He's having absolutely none of it right now. He's 1.6 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. Now Voodoo 52 slotting in the 11th position behind Used-to-be Flying, but he's 15 seconds out of that position. Josh 2 and Iconic Q are having a good battle right now. The two Williams drivers are just a second apart from each other. Iconic Q now in the slipstream of Josh 2, but Josh 2 gets a better exit out of the corner, and he's going to have better straight line speed. But nevertheless, Josh 2 now in the podium position. Iconic Q just booted out of it for a little bit, but how much longer is that going to last? Iconic Q gets fantastic exits out of the corner, so we're going to have to wait and see if he can get ahead of his Williams teammate. We're on lap 3. It's intermediate tire conditions right now in the French Grand Prix for Worldwide Sim Racing. And Anthony 82 is 4.2 seconds ahead of Sweet Car 19. Iconic Q now slots a little bit behind his teammate Josh 2. And but Josh 2 goes a little bit too wide in that corner. It's going to lose him time. And no, maybe not. Maybe I just got a bad camera angle. Nevertheless, right now, WSR Hartman is back within a second of Carlos Sainz. He's going to try to get ahead of that AI driver, and he's going really slow, and he hits the back of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz he's still trying to get ahead of him, and Carlos Sainz is still giving him trouble, and he almost bangs wheels, and he's still trying to spin around Used-to-be Flying, and Used-to-be Flying has been spun around by Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is still battling with him, and that was unfortunate news for Used-to-be Flying. Carlos Sainz giving absolutely nothing, actually spins around Used-to-be Flying. He has to be absolutely livid right now. The gap between Voodoo 52 and Used-to-be Flying has gone down a lot now. It's now only 6 seconds on my timing board, and I think it's going to go down a lot more. But he has to be absolutely livid with Carlos Sainz right now. He's plus 6 seconds behind him, but now we're going to ride on board now with Fun Magic Mushroom, who is sitting in 8th position. He's just a half a second behind Hartman, and he would love to get ahead of the Haas driver and get into 7th position, scoring some points in this championship, riding up on the curb a little bit. You actually like to do that on this track, right up on the curb in the first sector. And Hartman looks to lose it a little bit almost. And now going down the main straight, he is very, very close to Hartman, and he's going to be in slipstream right now. There's no DRS activated, so he's going to have overtake mode activated, and now they're going side by side down the straight. It's a drag race into the chicane, but Fun Magic Mushroom does in fact get ahead of Hartman, and he is in the 7th position, and that is good news for him. He finally got ahead, but now Hartman is still going to try to battle with him, but there's an end plate gun on Hartman's car right now, so he's going to lose a lot of downforce, and considering you're in the dirty air, that might not be easy to do. But now he's going to maybe try to go on the inside in this turn, but no, he's not close enough. Let me get on the telemetry and lap data for you, ladies and gentlemen. And look, that Fun Magic Mushroom was too wide in the turn, and now WSR Hartman is trying to go on the inside, and he cuts the corner a little bit, and he gets a almost gets ahead of Fun Magic Mushroom, and he doesn't quite do it. Fun Magic Mushroom still in 7th position. That is a awesome battle, ladies and gentlemen. Fun Magic Mushroom does get ahead, but he's still having issues. Josh 2 has been hit with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, so that's not going to help his race whatsoever. Iconic Q is 1.5 seconds behind him. You See Me Flying is now 3 seconds behind Carlos Sainz, so the gap is closing again. We'll catch on board with that soon and see what's going to happen with that battle going on right now. Hartman, though, is still in the slipstream of Fun Magic Mushroom, but Fun Magic Mushroom gets a better exit out of turn 1. We're going to ride on board with Voodoo 52, who's now within a second of the Renault driver of El Biku. Of course, Renault being the home race right now, and it looks to be Fly By Night now going side by side of Voodoo 52, and Fly By Night kind of nudges Voodoo 52 off the track. He says, get out of the way, I need to get up into the points right now. Voodoo 52 kind of, not really gets pushed off, but he gets squeezed a little bit, and he runs into the runoff area. Voodoo 52 would like to now track down Fly By Night. Fly By Night, though, still a good overtake by the Toro Rosso driver. And now that gap has fallen even more. But let's ride on board of Speed Kills 3. And now he's going to go on the inside of Iconic Q. And he gets ahead of him for a second there. But now trying to go around the outside is Iconic Q. But Iconic Q doesn't get it done. And that is an amazing overtake by Speed Kills 3 into the chicane. And he's into 4th position now. But now Iconic Q is going to be in the slipstream. He's going to try to get ahead of that driver again. You See Me Flying in 10th position. He's 1.3 seconds behind Carlos Sainz, or about 1.4 now. And let's ride on board back of Iconic Q, who is currently chasing down Speed Kills 3. Speed Kills 3 didn't have a great start to the race, but he's back where he originally started in qualifying in 4th position. Would love to get into the podium position. He's only 1.4 seconds behind Josh 2. Let me catch my breath a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a lot of overtakes going on. It's been an exciting race so far. It's already been 10 times more exciting than the actual French Grand Prix in F1. So I'm very happy to bring this race to you, ladies and gentlemen. Now Hartman, and now, no, that's You See Me Flying trying to get Carlos Sainz, and he pushes him off the track. Finally, You See Me Flying gets ahead of Carlos Sainz, and now he is going to move on towards Hartman, but he's 11.1 seconds behind, and Hartman is no slouch right now on track, but he is battling with Fun Magic Mushroom right now. He's just about 2/10 down. Now, at the gap, again, the gap is forming a little bit. It looks like Fun Magic Mushroom is getting better exits out of turn 1 than Hartman. And now, trying to break the slipstream a little bit, Hartman going into turn 1. Sorry, Fun Magic Mushroom going into turn 1. He goes really wide into the turn there. Now, going too wide, Hartman, he runs up on the curb a little bit there. That's going to kill some of the straight line speed on the exit there. And I think really what's helping Fun Magic Mushroom is getting better exits right now than Hartman. And that's really helping the slipstream effect right now. Hartman is in the slipstream, but he's not getting close enough because the exits are not really there. He's hitting the curb a little bit too much. That's killing the straight line speed of the car. Fun Magic Mushroom puts it on the curb, but he puts it on the right spots on the curb. But now going down the main straight again, let's see if the exit was better. And it looked to be Hartman get a little bit of a better exit, but not enough. And no, the gap is forming more now. Fun Magic Mushroom has better straight line speed down the main straight where the DRS zone would be. Of course, DRS again not activated. There's absolutely no signs of rain letting up at all right now in this race, so I wouldn't expect that to be the case. Let's ride on board with Speed Kills 3 right now, who is chasing down Josh 2 in the last podium position of the race. Josh 2 has a low internet connection there right now, but I'm not seeing any juddering right now on my screen, so I think we're going to be safe to say Josh 2 can still race well in this race. And he's chasing him down right now. The sky tells a different story. The sky telling me that maybe it'll let up, but right now the rain clouds are coming down. It's coming down hard. A lot of these drivers having much difficulty trying to get around the track. Speed Kills 3 and Iconic Q's into the pits. He's the first driver to enter the pits, and he's going to put on intermediate tires again. Does he have wing damage? That's the key. That's going to really slow down his time. Fluffinut is going to get ahead of him. Fun Magic Mushroom will get ahead of him. He'll go in the 6th position. And let's see, is there a front wing coming? And no, it is just a tire change. And look at that, he's putting on soft compound tires. Iconic Q has put on the soft compound tires. I hope that's just a graphical glitch on my end, but that makes absolutely no sense. The rain is still pouring down. That is interesting. I really do hope that's just a graphical glitch. We're gonna see with the pace right now if he has the grip. And the rain is still going down hard, so I have to imagine that is a graphical glitch area right there because he puts on the soft compound tire, which makes absolutely no sense. We're going to ride back on board with him in a moment, but Speed Kills 3 is in 4th position. He's chasing down Josh 2. And it says that wet to dry race, it says. So, it is going to get dry, ladies and gentlemen, which means we are going to get a set of pit stops. It's going to really kill the tire strategy of whoever was in the race. So we're going to have to wait and see if Iconic Q can keep that up. But it's still raining quite good. But again, there's actually not a lot of spray coming off those intermediate tires right now. It's a little bit less than usual. And that might mean that the track is getting good enough for dry tires. I can't really tell you right now. None of the drivers have told me how they're feeling about the track right now, but nevertheless, Speedkills 3 is still hunting down Josh 2, and he's getting very, very close indeed to get into that last podium position. But Josh 2 still staying ahead. He's staying in about that half a second range ahead of Josh 2. So he's very close indeed, but not quite close enough. And he runs up on the curb a little bit in the final turn, and now going around the final turn, going on the main straight. 5 by Night is hit with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and Josh 2 got a better exit out of the last turn. He's sitting in 3rd position. He's just about a second ahead of Speedkills 3. Let's run on board with Hartman. He's just still now, he's within a second again of Fun Magic Mushroom. He caught back up a little bit, but the exits still aren't too great, and it looks like the rain is getting slightly lighter, but I can't really tell right now if it's good enough for a soft compound tire right now. And actually right now Albiku is challenging Iconic Q, so I think Iconic Q might have made a little bit of a mistake right now. He's not getting the speed necessary, but going down the straight, he does actually get better straight line speed. That might have just been an exit issue, I'm not quite sure, but no, Albiku getting ahead of Iconic Q. That might, if it's not a graphical glitch, then I really have to question whether or not why he's on that dry compound tire. Thank you, everybody who's currently in the lobby right now. We have 15 viewers right now in this race, and I'm so happy for all of you to come. You're watching the WSR French Grand Prix. Speedkills 3 right now is hunting down Josh 2 for the last podium position. Now in the slipstream, are we going to see him move, try to go down the inside? The gap is closing up a little bit, but no, Speedkills 3 still not close enough to Josh 2 to be making a move. And this race has been absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We're in rain conditions right now, but we have been told that the rain is going to stop eventually, and we're going to have to go onto dry compound tires. There's no signs right now of that happening just yet. There is a yellow in Sector 2. I'm not quite too sure who that was. And Iconic Q is losing it all over the place right now. That is not in Iconic Q's nature. I have to think he made a mistake going on the soft compound tire too early. Again, I can't tell you tire metrics right now, so I have no idea. Iconic Q has been hit with a 3-second time penalty, coincidentally enough, for running over the track, extending track limits. That's usually what that multiple warnings penalty is. It's extending track limits, and they give you about 3 seconds, and those keep recurring. You might eventually get disqualified if you do too many of them, but normally most drivers don't have that happen to them. And Fun Magic Mushroom is into the pits. So we're going to see what Fun Magic Mushroom puts on. And it looks to be intermediate tires again. And Hartman finally gets ahead of Fun Magic Mushroom. Used to Me Flying is into the pits right now. He might be going back onto the intermediate tires. Let's see. And the tires are absolutely worn on his car. So we're going to see right now what tire. And yes, it is the intermediate tires going on right now. And look at the tire wear. Just seeing the tire wear on the back rear tire, 77%. So it's raining, but that's not helping the intermediate tires at all. Pushing those tires to the limit. And Used to Me Flying finally going in the pits. Is sitting in 13th position right now. A lot of drivers still yet to pit in this race. In fact, we can bring up that detail. And yes, Voodoo, Carlos Sainz, Hartman, Fluffernutter, Josh 2, Speedkills 3, Sweet Crown 19, and Anthony 8291 have yet to pit right now in this race. Josh 2 is still hunting Speedkills 3 down, and he rides up. And I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, I can't hear right now what's going on. Unfortunately, my headset has come undone. But we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in the race. We're all good to go. And Fun Magic Mushroom gets ahead of Iconic Q. And look at that. And look at that. Oh, Fly By Night and Iconic Q bang wheels. And that did not look good, too. Indeed, I think it was a little bit of an issue with Fun Magic Mushroom getting ahead of them. There was a lot of things going on. There looks to be no front wing damage on the car, and Josh 2 goes into the pits. So Speedkills 3 will take that last podium position for now. He is going to have to pit as well. He has not taken his pit stop yet. So at the moment, Josh 2 might be net 3rd place still. It really depends when Speedkills decides to pit. And he goes into the pits, and he's going to put on he's putting on soft compound tires as well. Josh 2 puts on the softs as well. Again, I have to assume this is a glitch on graphics because I can't imagine And he's putting on hard. Fluffernutter on the hard compound tire. The track is still raining, so I am not quite sure. Maybe the game's telling him it's good enough for dry tires. I have a hard time believing that. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not quite sure who that was for, but let's try to ride on board of Iconic Q. And Iconic Q exits. He's just gone ahead of Fluffernutter, so he's sitting in 9th position right now. Fumatry Mushroom in 7th. Hartman's sitting in 4th position right now. He's 20 seconds out from Speed Kills 3. Speed Kills 3 is 12 seconds ahead. Sorry, it's behind Sweet Crown 19. Sweet Crown 19 is 8.6 seconds behind at the 82.91. We've not talked about right now a lot, but is leading the race currently. He's still on the intermediate tires. There's a lot of rain still coming off those tires, so I have a hard time believing we're ready for dry weather tires. And I think a lot of these drivers might be taking a gamble that simply doesn't make a lot of sense right now. But WSR Vettel is very close behind Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz used to be fine a lot of trouble, but is he going to give him trouble as well? Used to be fine right now is battling with Fluffernutter, but used to be fine actually gets ahead of Fluffernutter. Fluffernutter going to try to get in slipstream and see if he can overtake Used to be fine again. He gets close there on the braking, but nothing doing. And at the 82 has gone into the pits. At the 82, our leader of the race is into the pits. Sweet Crown 19 yet to pit yet. Let's see what Anthony 82 puts on. This will be a true test, and he put back on the intermediate tires. So that is currently the situation right now. It seems the intermediate tires for most of the drivers not ready to go on those dry compound tire yet. I'm still questioning whether or not this is a graphical, and it looks like it is because it just flipped to the medium tire then to the soft tire. I have to think this is a glitch, but Iconic Q actually spins the car. So maybe he is on the soft, on some sort of soft compound tire, some sort of slick tire. That's interesting. Iconic Q's all the way back down in 12th. Fumatry Mushroom now getting ahead of Hartman, who enters the pits. So let's see what Hartman puts on. And he puts on the soft compound tire. Dry tires for the Haas of WSR Hartman. So that is interesting. I am really interested to see why that decision is being made by some of these drivers. They're going on the soft compound tire. Is it really ready for that yet? I have to imagine not. And no, Hartman spins it a little bit. Oh my goodness, Vettel almost hit Hartman and he lost it a lot. I have to question this decision to go into those tires. Hartman is sitting in 10th right now. He's behind Carlos Sainz again, the driver that gave him trouble before, and he's now riding behind, and look at that. It looks to be Iconic Q who's challenging, and now he goes on the inside of the McLaren, and now Iconic Q has to get Iconic Q has to get ahead of Carlos Sainz. Can he do that? Trying to go on the outside, nothing doing. And now Carlos Sainz is behind Usumi Flying. He's in the slipstream, but Usumi Flying gets a better exit, as you would presume. And let's see if Iconic Q is going to get ahead of him. The AI tend to brake a little bit too early. Hopefully, one of these drivers doesn't get binned in the race because braking too early with some of the AI drivers. So let's ride on board of Iconic Q. He's in the slipstream now of the McLaren of Carlos Sainz. Let's see if he can get ahead of him. Going into the sweeping turn, and Fluffernutter is retired from the race. There's a crash in Sector 2. Fluffernutter must be livid in the car right now. I have no idea what's happened. I can't see right now what's going on in Sector 2, but it tells me that Fluffernutter has crashed and is out of the race. DRS is enabled. The track is getting dry, ladies and gentlemen. DRS is enabled on this track. It's still showing rain on my end a lot. It's still showing rain on some of these drivers. Fluffernutter has left the session. He is absolutely livid right now. He crashed somewhere in the yellow flag in Sector 2. There's no safety car right now. And it looks Vettel's going into the pits. Carlos Sainz in the pits. 5x9 into the pits. DRS is enabled, which means you got to go onto the soft compound tire. Sweet Car 19 right now is still on the intermediate, so he would be on the wrong tire right now. And let's see if he goes into the pits right now. He might dash into the pits. Anthony 82 will retake the lead, obviously. Fluffernutter crashing out of the race, so he is not happy about that whatsoever. Very unhappy about that crash. He qualified in the top 10, and unfortunately accidents do happen, and accidents have happened at France. And there it is, Sweet Crown 19 into the pits. He's definitely going to put on tires now for the soft compound, I presume. Might go on the mediums. Let's see what it is. So we're going to ride on board of him. Josh Chu, though, we aren't actually right on board of Josh Chu right now. Is hunting down Speed Kills 3, coincidentally enough. both of them are on a set of slick tires, but Josh 2 is on the soft versus Speedkills, who's on the hard compound tire. So the grip difference must be a lot. And yeah, the rain is gone on my game, so DRS is enabled. So we're going to see a little bit of a closer action right now, I think, with some of the drivers. Iconic Q now trying to get ahead of You See Me Flying. He's so very close to the Red Bull driver, and now looking on the inside. Doesn't happen. Now Biku has been hit with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And now Iconic Q giving it more gas around him. You See Me Flying is actually still on that intermediate tire right now, so he's going to go quite slow compared to some of these other drivers. So You See Me Flying is probably going to try to limp to the pits back again. And there he goes. He goes into the pits right now, and he stops the car. Iconic Q finally gets ahead of You See Me Flying. He's on the slick compound tire. Josh 2 does get ahead of Speedkills 3. You would think so, considering he's on the soft. And look at that. Unbelievable scenes. You See Me Flying. A mess up in the pit lane right now. You See Me Flying as pitted, and he's put back on the intermediate compound tire. A huge mess up right now with the game. Whether or not that was self-induced or the game simply put him back on the intermediate tires, nevertheless, this is going to be another slap. He's going to have to pit again and get onto the soft compound tire. Unbelievable scenes. The game selected intermediates. Whether or not he forgot to put it onto the dries or not is besides the point. It's another lap of intermediates. Going to slow him down. Right now, Voodoo 52 is in the pits, so he should keep 12th position. He should be well ahead of Voodoo 52, but he will have to take another pit stop. He's going to be far behind Carlos Sainz, and that is not good indeed. Speedkills 3 now. And let's run on board with Biku, who's actually challenging Iconic Q, and he gets ahead of Iconic Q, and there he is. He's ahead of Iconic Q in the Williams. So right now, Biku and Iconic Q battling right now for 5th and 6th. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and that looks to be You See Me Flying. He's going really slow right now, and he's speeding up right now on the main straight. And you have to imagine it's a little bit of mix of frustration and general issues with the car right now on the intermediate tires. Frustrated with the fact that he's not on the soft compound tire right now. He would love to be on that tire, but now those tires are absolutely gone. They're not meant to be on this track whatsoever. He's going to be having a horrible time trying to wrestle that car around the track. Gaps are starting to form. They're about in the 1.4 second range. You See Me Flying is 19 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. That's going to be compounded, so it's going to be about 40-second gap. Voodoo 52 right now is just 31 seconds behind, but he's on the dry compound tire. I don't think he's going to get within a time best. Let's see what Voodoo 52's tire compound is. He's on the medium compound tire. So You See Me Flying to probably have to go. Oh, and he spun the car around. He didn't get enough grip. He spun the car. Voodoo 52 is going to catch up even more time, and he's definitely going to be in the pit window now. You See Me Flying is going to drop down the rest of the grid. He's going to go down the last and 13th position. Very unfortunate. He's on the intermediate tires. He doesn't want to be on that tire right now. He's going to come into the pits, and unfortunate for You See Me Flying. He is not going to be happy. He's going to finally put on one of these soft tires. I believe he's putting on the medium tires, but Voodoo 52 is going to be licking his chops. He's going to be within that pit window, and he is going to try to get ahead. Let's actually see. He hasn't gone onto the main straight yet, so this might not happen. Let's see. I'm looking on with You See Me Flying screen right now. He's behind some drivers. We're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, will he get ahead of WSR You See Me Flying? And no, he does get ahead of him. You See Me Flying is unfortunately last in this race, but he's not too far behind Carlos Sainz, which is good news for him. So he's going to be battling full speed ahead, trying to get back into the points. So let's talk about this race, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, right now, your leader of the race is your championship leader. It's Sweet Crown 19. We're on lap 15 of 27, so we're about the halfway point, a little over in this race. And Sweet Crown 19 is having a pretty decent race. He's sitting in first. He's 5.8 seconds ahead of Anthony 82, so he must be quite happy right now with his position. Currently in the championship lead. That's going to extend his lead over 100 points, so he's going to get into the triple digits if he is to win this race. And he's going to be very happy with that, ladies and gentlemen. I would be if I was championship leader. Anthony 82.91 currently matching the pace of Sweet Crown 19, but he has to get faster than Sweet Crown 19 if he wants to get into first position, score some more points in Sweet Crown 19. The championship standings won't change just as long as Sweet Crown 19 doesn't have an accident, because of course if he does, Anthony 82 would not only tie but get ahead of Sweet Crown 19 in the championship, which would not be good for him. But now we're still riding on board of Sweet Crown 19, and we're gonna look right now onto there, Zed, and getting a little comment from Fluffernutter. Unfortunately disappointed, doing really well in the race, but unfortunately crashing, and he is not going to continue in this race. He is the only DNF besides the AI driver of Valtteri Bottas, who retired out of the race kind of weirdly, just decided to retire, it seems. I don't know if it was an engine failure or something. That usually doesn't happen in the multiplayer races. This is absolutely awesome scenes at the French Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet Crown 19 is your championship leader. I got a little rumble in my stomach. I might be a little bit hungry, but I am really hungry to see some of the battles that are going on right now. Anthony 82 is closing the gap. It's now only 4.4 seconds, so it's getting quicker and quicker and quicker right now. So Anthony 82 91 is closing the gap to Sweet Crown 19. Sweet Crown 19 is on the, it looks to be the medium compound tire. Let me see if I can catch that glimpse of the tire, and yes, he is on the medium. Anthony 82, let's see what tire he is on. He is on also the medium compound tire. So both on the same tire, but Anthony 82 right now with better pace than Sweet Crown 19. Whether or not Anthony 82 might feel more comfortable on the track is not to be seen yet. Anthony 82 was fastest in time trials ahead of Sweet Crown 19, so that might be the case. But I would also like to gather maybe Sweet Crown 19 not getting his tires up to temperature like Anthony 82 91 has. Josh Tubas can be quite happy not having a fantastic race in Monaco. He is currently in the podium position, sitting in 36.666 seconds. So, some evil numbers going on right now in third position. So maybe he could close the gap there. And the gap is drastically decreasing. And now it's only 3.6 seconds for Sweet Crown 19 and Anthony 82, that gap. So it's going down drastically right now. We're going to have a battle for the lead right now, and that's going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet Crown 19 and Anthony 82, both so fast, but we haven't seen them battle yet in this league. They've been too far apart currently in the session, but surprisingly, your two top drivers in the league have yet to have a serious battle. But the French Grand Prix could in fact bring that. Anthony 82 going faster than Sweet Crown 19 generally around the track. It's now only 3.4 seconds. That gap is closing more and more. The exits are better. The grip is better. Albiku gets a 3-second time penalty. Everything seems to be better right now for Anthony 82. He's closing the gap more and more. It's 3.4 seconds, and it's actually sitting around 3.4 right now. But it seems that Sweet Crown 19 is making a lot of mistakes, particularly in the third sector. Let's see this third sector time decrease. If that is the case, then we do know it's the third sector right now that has him struggling the most. It is very hard to brake in some of these turns. If you miss the braking zone, you miss it, and you lose a lot of time. And we can see the time is falling a lot more in the third sector than in any of the other sectors. So I think right now that's the issue. Let's ride on board though. In last place, Yosemite Flying is just half a second out from Voodoo 52. He's now going to get on the main straight. But he's got absolutely no DRS to overtake, so he's going to want to make the move now more than later. I don't know if Voodoo 52 not having a lot of ERS as well, but now he puts it in 0 and almost hits the back of Voodoo 52. Now he's going to get on the main straight. He's going to get in slipstream, and he's going to push it and overtake. Voodoo 52 is also going to push it and overtake. And actually, Voodoo 52 gets a better exit than Yosemite Flying out of the corner. Despite DRS, he's not able to make the move, and he stays behind the McLaren. Anthony 82, that gap now is only 2.7 seconds. Now we're going to ride on board of Hartman, who's trying to get ahead of Fly By Night. Haas versus Toro Rosso right now. Two great midfield teams in Formula 1 right now. Battling it out also on F1 2019 in the Worldwide Sim Racing League. And Albiku goes into the pits. And let's see what tire he's going to put on. But actually, no, we're going to ride on board of Hartman because this is getting really close. I'll ride on board right now quickly with Albiku. He puts on the soft compound tire. So I don't believe that's going to get him to the end. That's a bit of a risky move there. I think he'd have to pit again. And look at the move right now. Yosemite Flying trying to get ahead of Voodoo 52. And he gets ahead. He squeezes in between there. And, oh, look at that. Voodoo 52. He spins the car. His front wing is gone. He must have given it too much throttle out of the corner, and nope, the front wing is still there. I have no idea what happened right there. Might have had a glitch with the wheel, I'm not sure, but the car almost took a beeline into the wall almost. I'm happy to say that his front wing is still on the car, so he will continue on with this race. But Yosemite Flying right now is 52.8 seconds behind Carlos Sainz, so that's a lot of time to make up. And Carlos Sainz might not stop again. Usually the AI drivers don't run into much of the tire issues as some of the real drivers do. And I can actually see the tires right now. They are graining a little bit, but the tire wear is not too bad on Yosemite Flying's car. But there are grains on the tire, so that might change drastically as this race goes on. But right now, not doing too bad on tire wear right now. The brakes in optimal temperature. The tires are sitting around 200 degrees. And the thing right now for Yosemite Flying is the ERS is not in great shape right now. It's hovering around 8 or 9% a lot of the time. Trying to get as much straight line speed out of corners as he can. But quite frankly, you're so many seconds behind. And Fun Magic Mushroom's out! Fun Magic Mushroom's gone! Fun Magic, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'd have to see, and maybe now we'll get a shot of it. And that is unbelievable. Fun Magic Mushroom has crashed again. Currently, I can't see who that was. And no, I'm not getting a shot from any of the drivers in Sector 3. And now right on board of Yosemite Flying, let's see if we can see anything, any carcasses of a Ferrari. And no, I think the car might have disappeared at this point. We'll have to wait and see. Going on board with him. And no, I'm not seeing any cars right now. And no, I think the car is officially gone. So Fun Magic Mushroom, though, has crashed out of this race. He is not going to score any points. That is unfortunate for him. Anthony82 gets hit with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And he's within 2.2 seconds, 2.3 now. The gap is still falling a little bit, but he cannot afford to get 3-second time penalties. That's going to absolutely ruin it. And I'm getting a message from Fun Magic Mushroom. He said, no power, car died. I left the car and it banged and rolled into a stop. So he's got a car issue? It seems the car died? That is very interesting. I wonder if it was an overheating issue. I've never seen reliability issues in a 50% race before on pretty much any racing game. That is interesting. So Fun Magic Mushroom doesn't crash out of the race, but the car actually just died. So that's very interesting. Fun Magic Mushroom with reliability issues. He is out of the race. The Ferrari engine not able to keep him in, but now let's run on board with Vettel, who is just a 10th behind. Albicu won, and he's sitting in 9th position right now. Albicu in 8th position, and that is unbelievable. Engine failure for Fun Magic Mushroom. I've seen a lot of things in F1 2019, but I think that's the first of its kind of engine failure in a multiplayer race. Fun Magic Mushroom having absolutely no luck in this championship so far. Crashes, incidents of back markers, and now an engine failure. I cannot believe that, and I don't believe any of the other drivers running into that issue, so that might be an exclusive Fun Magic Mushroom issue. That is very unfortunate for Fun Magic Mushroom dealing with that issue with the car. 2.1 seconds now, the gap between first and second position, so it is closing drastically a lot, but will it close up enough to make that overtake happen? We'll have to wait and see. And now it's 1.9 seconds, so the gap is drastically falling down. A lot of the gaps down the rest of the grid are a little bit bigger. So we're gonna ride on board with Anthony82 right now. That gap is closing more and more and more. And Anthony8291 can really see the back of that Alfa Romeo now going down the main straight. This is Sector 3, so this is where we assume Sweet Crown 19 really not putting it all together right now with his car. And let's look at that time fall down, if it does fall down. Right now, it's actually fluctuating a little bit. Speed Kills 3 gets hit with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his cause at all as he tries to get close to Josh 2 for a last podium position. Let's see that time fall a little bit, and it is falling a little bit by about a few tenths in Sector 3. So Sector 3 right now having an absolutely no way right now, but he actually is keeping it. Sweet Crown 19 getting a little bit more pace right now. They're both on the medium compound tire. I can't tell you the tire wear right now. Yusumi Fion's back rear tire on the medium compound tire is sitting around 20%, one on 21, one on 19%. So that is about where they are on the medium compound tire, but these tires are a little older. And Anthony 82 now, the gap 1.6 seconds, and now it's 1.5 seconds. It is decreasing. So first sector, third sector, it seems that those two sectors where there's hard braking zones, Sweet Crown 19 not getting the most out of the car as as Anthony 82 is getting. A little bit more precise in those hard braking zones, and that is not going to help. That's not going to help Sweet Crown 19 at all. He has to get better in those hard braking zones, and maybe, just maybe, he can keep this gap up more. But this is going to be a battle, ladies and gentlemen. First and second are so very close. We're on lap 22 of 27 right now, and the gap just keeps falling. We're getting so very close. Iconic Q has entered the pits right now, and a bunch of drivers are going to get ahead of him. That should be his last pit stop of the race. Of course, if anything happens, then we'll let you know on that front. Yusumi Fion is in 31 seconds behind Carlos Sainz, and Anthony 8291 is sitting in second position, 1.5 seconds behind Sweet Crown 19. And the race is coming down fast. Anthony 82, though, closing the gap more and more as the lap goes on. Sector 3 and Sector 1 seem to be a strong suit. And yep, it's now going even closer in that 1 second. Eventually, he's going to get into that slipstream, now down the main straight. This is where the slipstream is going to come into effect. He's running it in high mix right now. Let's see what Sweet Crown 19's ERS is. And it's about, there's about a 10% difference in ERS right now between Sweet Crown 19 and Anthony 82 91. The gap's a lot bigger down the rest of the field, so we're going to stick on board with Anthony 82 as he tries to hunt down Sweet Crown 19. It is getting so very close, ladies and gentlemen. It almost feels like China all over again. Sweet Crown 19 overtaking Vettel at the last lap by thousandths of a second. 1.2 seconds now, that gap. So Sector 1 really not helping right now for Sweet Crown 19. Anthony 82 now going down the main straight. He's going to have that slipstream. The pace is better in the first sector and the second and the third sector for Anthony 82, it seems. And he's getting there. And now it's close to under a second, ladies and gentlemen. It is. Now it's under a second. So, next DRS zone, as long as he can keep it within a second, he's going to have DRS down the straight. And we're going to possibly see a move, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting really close indeed. And he's running in 0 ERS right now through the third sector. He's going to try to save up as much ERS as possible and try to put in overtake DRS possible if he can get within a second of the car, which is Sweet Crown 19. Now let's see if he can do it. He's got to nail these corners. He doesn't have the ERS to help him out of the corner. He's got to really nail these braking zones and just nail everything about this lap. And no, I don't think he's going to get it. And no, he's not. And we're going to see, nope. But right now he's in 1 ERS, so he's actually saving it a little bit. I think he's trying to go for a hot overtake or hot lap most kind of lap. But he might be saving a little bit for the next DRS zone because, again, he's faster in this sector. And look at that. He is into the one. He was within 1 second of Sweet Crown 19 on lap 24-27, and the gap has fallen enough to the point where he is going to be in DRS. Now, is he going to keep it together and keep it within a second? And yes, he's definitely going to keep it within a second. And Yusumi Fion is on lap 23 of 27, and he is far down the rest of the grid. But now Anthony 82 is going to get DRS down this straight. He is in striking distance of Sweet Crown 19, but he only keeping in the singular ERS mode, which is interesting. I would have put it in overtake, get closer to Sweet Crown 19, but maybe still saving it up again. He's still in 1, saving up that ERS, so hopefully in the next lap, he's now within half a second of Sweet Crown 19. This is going to be a battle, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be really close to the end. Anthony 82 and Sweet Crown 19, your 2 championship leaders, are having an absolute cracker of a race right now. Let's see what Anthony 82 can do. Can he get ahead of this Alfa Romeo driver? We haven't seen these 2 drivers battle yet, and look at that. Who is that? That's Voodoo 52. It has to be Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz must be getting lapped right now by the top 2 drivers. Is that going to slow down Sweet Crown 19? We're going to have to wait and see, but now, getting close again. ERS is going to be activated. It's going to be high right now. He's got ERS down, and let's see that time fall down. Nope, he doesn't actually get a good exit out of the corner, despite with the DRS, and it's getting close, ladies and gentlemen. He's now within half a second. So, is overtaking possible on the Circuit de Paul Ricard? We're going to have to wait and see. And it's getting really close now. It's just 3/10 behind him. And now it's going to jump to 4/10 a little bit. But the first sector is having absolutely nothing for Sweetcrown 19. He's going to get down the main straight, and this should be an easy overtake. Put it in the overtake. Put DRS on. This should be an easy overtake down the straight. Now he's going to have to get ahead of Carlos Sainz. Let's see if he does it. No, it's still in high. I don't know if I'd be doing that right now. He's gonna look on the outside, but now they're trying to get ahead of Carlos Sainz, and oh no, Carlos Sainz impeding Josh too, and he tries to get ahead of him, and he does, but now the gap has increased again. It's now just about a second. Unfortunately, Carlos Sainz making that gap bigger again, and now all that work he did is gonna have to be redone again. He's in Sector 3, so hopefully he should be able to catch up again. But Carlos Sainz getting in the middle of the fight between Anthony 82 and Sweetcrown 19. Will we see this battle to the end of the race? We're going to have to hope so. We're on lap 25 of 27 right now, and it's getting really, really close indeed, ladies and gentlemen. The gaps are still quite down the rest of the group. We'll look if there's anything close. But Anthony 82 right now still hunting down Sweetcrown 19 to get a win ahead of Sweetcrown 19. He might not get the lead of the championship by any means, but it's going to be some good brownie points to get ahead of Sweetcrown 19. Now, ERS activated, and look at how close he's getting. Now he's in hot lap mode. Anthony 82 puts it in hot lap. He's in the first sector now. His first sector times are a lot better than Sweetcrown 19 right now. And look at this. Oh my goodness, they're getting so close. It's just within 3/10 of a second. It's on the penultimate lap of this race. And look at the time tumbled down in the first sector. There is no back marker to stop him. And now Anthony 82-91 going down the main straight. He's going to kick it in overtake mode. DRS activated. Now making the move. Trying to go around the outside of Sweetcrown 19. And he gets ahead of him. Anthony 82 takes the lead of this race in the dying laps of this Grand Prix. And he is going to be very happy to get ahead of his championship rival. And now let's see if that gap is going to close a little bit more. Now Sweetcrown 19 is going to get better. Going to get slipstream. Let's see if there's going to be a battle now on this last lap. And they're so very close, and oh no, looking to go on the inside. And look at this, he is going to try to go on the inside, and oh my goodness. It's not side-by-side action, but it is very close gap action between these two drivers. We're on lap 26 of 27. Normally, I would be talking about a parade lap right now, but that's not the case because Anthony 82 is still fighting for his life right now as his championship rival, Sweetcrown 19, is just half a second behind him. Hartman is trying to hunt down Iconic Hughes in 6th position right now. Josh 2 is 18 seconds behind Sweetcrown 19, but he's in 3rd position. Speed Kills is in 4th. He's 9 seconds behind, so I think we're going to be good there, ladies and gentlemen. But now, Sweetcrown 19, let's look in this first sector. If he doesn't get it, we're going to ride on board of Hartman and see if he can make a move on Iconic Hugh in the dying laps of this race. We're on the last lap, and look at that. The Sector 1 time just is not comparable. Anthony 82 much more precise in that race than Sweetcrown 19. And let's see, he is within a second, but is it going to be enough, though? And there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Was there a spin by Vettel? And Vettel's going quite slow. And there's damage on the front wing of WSR Vettel. That's interesting. Sweetcrown 19, though, did not get ahead of him in that braking zone. And I think this might be it. You See Me Flying has been hit with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to matter. Voodoo 52 is 47 seconds behind him in last place. But he's not in the points right now, and he's not going to catch up to Carlos Sainz. So unfortunate for him, not going to get into the points in this race. Sweetcrown 19 is still within a second, but I don't think it's going to matter. Going around the final few turns, we're in Sector 3 right now. Anthony 82 is having an absolute banger of a race right now. He's now just almost ahead of a second, ahead of Sweetcrown 19. And now, coming around the final few turns, coming around the penultimate turn, and then the final turn of this race. Now, on the main straight, 1.1 seconds ahead. He's not going to get DRS going down the swerving around. Anthony 82 wins the Grand Prix, but Sweetcrown 19 gets the win because of the 3-second time penalty. Anthony 82 goes across the line in first position, but because of that 3-second time penalty, Sweetcrown 19 has won the race. Unbelievable scenes here. Sweetcrown 19 is your race winner because of time penalties. It was a great battle at the end, but Sweetcrown 19 still wins the Grand Prix. He might have got ahead of it on track, But at the final moments, it's Anthony 8291 who does not get the race win. Sweet Crown 19 does get that race win. And now on the final lap, it seems to be, it's used to be fine. And no, I think the race is over from, used to be fine getting that finish flag now. And finishing in 11th position. Must have been a workout on that Fanatec wheel. Sweet Crown 19, though, is your race winner. The gaps have gotten a lot bigger right now. And Iconic Q defending off of Hartman. And Hartman's going to finish in 7th. That is unbelievable. Sweet Crown 19, though, staying within that penalty margin for Anthony 82. The move was made, so Anthony 82 won on track. But, and no, there is on my screen, I'm getting Iconic Q. Iconic Q is actually behind Hartman. So because of the penalties of Iconic Q, Hartman finishes ahead of Iconic Q. He's going to be very happy finishing in 6th position for the Haas car, getting ahead of Iconic Q. That is going to be a very momentous occasion for Hartman in this race. But Sweet Crown 19 wins the Grand Prix. Anthony 82, unfortunately, with the 3-second time penalty, finishes in 1st on track. But because of the penalty, he is going to lose the race. But Sweet Crown 19 wins the French Grand Prix. It was an absolute stellar race to return back again. We unfortunately were not able to do the race last week, but it was a great recovery. And there we get onto the podium. Sweet Crown 19 is your race winner. Anthony 82 is sitting alongside him, and Josh 2 sits in distant 3rd podium, but he is going to get that podium position. I think that's really what matters to a lot of these drivers. Champagne flying, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an absolutely amazing race from start to finish. Thank you very much all for joining me. It has been an amazing race. I'm happy to have joined you, Simi Flying, getting some of that insider information in this race. It's been amazing, and I'm so very happy to be your commentator and bring you these absolutely amazing races. Absolutely amazing races, because this was an amazing race from start to finish. We got rain to dry. Pretty much every single driver had penalties in this race. The track limits are going to get extended a lot. I'm so very happy to bring this race to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is WSRX, or Noah Clark. You have watched the WSR French Grand Prix. Make sure to join us next week, while we'll be going to, I believe it's going to be, it was France, and then it was Austria. Austria is the next race, ladies and gentlemen. My mistake. The Austrian Grand Prix is next. Thank you very much for joining us. We love every single one of you who come in every single week to watch our races, and we're so happy to broadcast these races to you and show you the best of the best action in worldwide sim racing. My name is WSRX, or Noah Clark. You've been watching Worldwide Sim Racing League. Thank you very much, and have a great night.